you try to make yourself really comfortable, life gets really hard because you're putting so much effort into seeking that comfort and seeking that pleasure that you don't have the energy to pursue anything that you actually want to pursue, because you're constantly managing all of these attachments that you have, whether you're like smoking heaps of weed or drinking alcohol, or you're just trying to avoid like the cold, or you're trying to avoid difficult people, and you just like, you can already hear that just in the things that I just said, like you're shrinking like the space that you can inhabit right down, because you're saying, I don't want this, I don't want this, I don't want that, and I must have this, I must have this, I must have that. And you're just like making your world smaller and smaller. What you want to do is seek things that are challenging and things that suck, things that are uncomfortable. And the more that you do that, the more resilient you'll become, and the less things will suck, because you'll know that you can handle anything that's going to happen. That would be amazing, wouldn't it? So everybody kind of says, just throw yourself in the deep end and just go for it and don't be afraid, and like life is suffering. There's all these like quotes that are swirling around in the collective unconscious, but what is it really all about? It's about just going for it. Like, run into the freezing cold ocean, climb the hectic mountain, climb some waterfalls. I love climbing waterfalls. Climb some trees, like go on that hectic road trip that's like 27 hours to the other side of the country. Believe in yourself, and like things are gonna suck. Even traveling the world is so glorified, and like on social media, if you're one of those people that haven't done it yet, and you've got all your excuses. I've seen all the excuses. I've seen people tell me that like, oh, it's unfair for everybody to say just travel because I can't do it because I don't have enough money. I was homeless twice in my life. I was homeless and then I got back on my feet, and then the town flooded and I lost all my shit again, and I didn't have any support from anyone because I fucked all my life up because of all my mental health issues before anybody in my like my support network, like my family and friends and stuff, understood anything about mental health. So I was like completely on my own, all fucked up. And I managed to just go to like a bunch of different countries by the time I was 25, 26, 25, I think. No, 26 is when I hit Thailand, but I'd already been to like China and New Zealand and all these other places. So there's no excuses for you not to do the scary thing. It's just like, because to get to those other countries, I had to do more discomfort and like more stuff that I didn't want to do, and miss out on more things that I did want to do. And I had to just like save every dollar that I had and like eat 2-minute noodles and do all these super unhealthy things to get me there. And that's all a part of life. That's how you learn what's good for you and what's bad for you. If you think that you're going to find a way to be comfortable all the time, especially the younger that you are, or like the less experiences that you've had, you're not going to be able to do it, because you don't even know what is out there. Like, for all you know, it could be like a couple of years of discomfort, and then it'll be 100 times easier for you to make yourself comfortable. And that's kind of what I'm banking on. Like, I'm trying to set my life up in a way that when I do want to be comfortable, I'll be able to do it. But that's the paradox again, because now I'm so comfortable in everything that's uncomfortable. Like, I'm doing all this crazy stuff. I'm traveling to Brisbane for a few days a week to work there at a tattoo studio, and like doing like hectic hours there, like going from the tattoo studio and jumping on a cruise ship to film bands on a cruise ship, and then like going to some other place and jumping on public transport, and I'm trying to organize all this stuff. Like, there's boxes and shit everywhere, new computer stuff. Like, taxes was something that scared me, like, and that was uncomfortable to me, and I wanted to stay in my comfort zone and avoid expanding out of that. And as soon as I started doing everything just doing it, like, just, okay, I'll apply for my ABN and I'll start like learning how to do a tax return, and just like doing the basic simple stuff. Like, for me, that was really uncomfortable. I was really scared of that. I would rather just have a normal job, or just limit myself so severely to doing like cash work, like where I could get a little bit of pocket money here and there. And it was just, everything was falling apart. And then as soon as I did the uncomfortable thing, everything got better. So I don't know if any of these examples are really relevant to anybody else, but I had this idea that getting uncomfortable was actually the secret to becoming super comfortable. Because by the time you do all the uncomfortable things to get to the part where you can just be comfortable, you'll be comfortable anywhere. That's what I've learned. Like, I don't really care what life throws at me. And Amy's the same, my partner. Like, she's bulletproof. Like, I can't really talk about like her work stuff, but there was like a massive catastrophe at her work, and it was just hectic. And we just went there and dealt with it, and it's okay now. Because she manages like a couple of sites on the Gold Coast. And that's just where you end up. You end up in this place. Like, but if all you want to do all the time is just make yourself feel better, you're going to feel worse. That's what I want you to take away from this. If that's what you're trying to do, you should just accept that you feel like shit. You should accept, and like, if you're depressed, if you're depressed and you're looking around and you're like, I need to feel better, and you're like constantly trying to make yourself feel better, that's one of these cultural narratives that we have in this country and in a lot of the Western societies around the world. Like, oh, I'm depressed and I need to make myself feel better. That's not how it works. It's a thing to keep you stuck in that cycle of suffering. So what you want to do is accept that you're depressed, look at your life, realize that it's a load of shit and it sucks, and change it, and feel like shit for a while you're doing that work that sucks so much, and then your life will get better. And so many people could completely turn everything around just by doing that, just by being like, okay, yep, this feels shit, my life sucks, and I need to accept that for 6 months, 12 months, 18 months. The longer the better. The more discomfort and suffering that you can endure, the better. But don't like destroy yourself. There is a limit to this. Like, you need to incrementally, slowly push that comfort zone and spend more time outside that comfort zone, and just realize that you are capable of a little more and a little more and a little more, and like try to do things that you haven't done before. Simple things, like if you go past a restaurant and you've never been in there, and this is a thing that I've realized about myself. Like, I won't go into a new restaurant because I don't know how to order there. Like, I don't know what's on the menu. What if I don't like it? All that stuff. Like, that's simple little tiny unconscious fears, but even just challenging those, you'll start to expand your horizons. Just go to a different place that you've never been before. Start a conversation about something that you've never spoken to somebody before. Like, just try, give yourself more options. Generate options by doing more things that you haven't done before. Whether they scare you or they don't scare you. Like, just start with things that don't scare you. Just do some different things that don't scare you, and like just get into the habit of expanding your horizons and giving yourself more options. That's the homework assignment for today. I wrote a little post about it on Instagram. My Instagram is @KaiLives. No dots, no spaces, or any of that kind of thing. This is a new thing that I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to like make these little bite-sized nuggets of this is what I'm thinking, and like I write a little bit and then I video a little bit, and I'm like, this is value. And obviously everything that I'm saying, I'm basically saying it to myself, because I'm trying to like really embody and integrate these insights and these realizations that I'm having, and not just like go, oh, that's really interesting and powerful, and like post it on social media and then be like, haha, everyone knows that I know this thing, and I'm not actually going to apply it to my life at all. You know, that's how we do it in 2019. You see a lot of that. You see a lot of people talking a lot of shit, not doing much. I'm not going to do that. I promise to myself, I'm going to actually apply the insights and integrate the wisdom.